allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And all of God's people said,
Amen.
Amen. All right, Mike McAdoo.
Morning, everybody.
Those are nice trousers you got on there, Sheriff. I've seen better legs on a table. Thanks, Jim.
Brother Ron, you're on a roll today. I'll tell you what. We do have a special guest today. I want to thank Mary Lou Turner for giving up her spot today. And Mary Lou, I'll pay that $150 that you maybe do that later on. Now, we have, I'm going to make sure I pronounce her name right. Aya Attaway Kelly. Her and her husband are here. A friend of mine from Oklahoma that's been recording with me, Dan Means, told me about this young lady, and she has been out with, you guys know who General Michael Flynn is, correct? When he goes out and does his conferences or whatever he does, she travels with his troop and she sings the national anthem every time before one of his rallies. And she's been to Mar-a-Lago a couple of times as well. And her and her husband, and I hope I get this correct, are co-chaplains in the state of Oklahoma for the Conservative Party. And she's also, besides being a great singer, a speaker and a music teacher as well. And so, Aya, come on out here. I know you can tell the folks more about yourself than I can. I was trying to remember everything, so yeah. We're glad to have you today.
Well, being in politics, they just make things up, so. It's such an honor to be here. I do want to open our first song with God Bless America as a prayer. And a little bit of my background, of course, my story is too long to tell, but I was born in Okinawa, Japan with Philippine citizenship. And my father, who was an Army guy, got transferred back to the States when I was 5 months old. And my mom passed away when I was 15 months old. So I was adopted by a missionary family who had served in the Air Force for 20 years and had helped start a little church there. God told them after they retired to sell everything they owned and go back to that little church. I like to tease them and say, you sold everything you owned and all you have to show for it's me. So, let's see, what else do they want to know?
Just whatever you want to tell them.
Okay. Yes, I did run for the state senate in 2018 in Oklahoma, and I was attacked by the teachers union, and as Mike told you, I taught at the university level for 11 years, and the reason they came after me is because I support parents' right to educate their child in the way that they see fit. Sometimes I call myself the American dream because I became a single mom before my daughter was 2 and put myself through 2 degrees. She became an attorney at the state capitol at the age of 25. In America, you can do or be whatever you want to do or be if you want it badly enough. And I'm pretty well traveled, and I know that out of all the best countries around the world, there's nowhere like America. And I will fight until I can't do it anymore to help keep the freedom that I've been given, the amazing gift of naturalization. If I didn't want to defend freedom, I owe it to my family who helped to give me that gift, to God who, you know, for many years, I'll just tell you, for 35 years I hated myself, and I could go into that for a long time. But what I found out was that in the womb of my mother, God knit me together with those genetics to be who he wanted me to be. And he taught me that to love others. What does the Bible say? Love them as you love yourself. If I loved you guys the way I loved myself back then, you wouldn't have liked it very much. And so you have to love yourself. God created you in his image. And so it's such a blessing to be here today. I've been fighting thyroid cancer, so sometimes my voice just does whatever it wants to do. So I tried to pick songs that you guys could sing along with me, and if they're ones you don't know, they're fairly learnable. But we're going to start out with God Bless America. I know some of you can't stand. If you want to stand and worship, stand up. If you don't, sit down. It makes no difference to me. God hears us however we're standing or sitting. So God Bless America. Here we go. God bless America, land that I love. Thank you so much. Thank you for singing along. You guys have a great band here.
Oh, thank you. We've been practicing.
I told them to try to make me sound good. All right. Where could I go? How many know that one? Ooh, where could I go? I have a lot of days like that. Where could I go? Nowhere but to the Lord. All right. Cancer 2 years ago. And I remember the first night, I didn't sleep all night because I was worried about dying. And I'd never done that before. It was a new thing. Wasn't sure how I was going to manage doing that very well. The next night, I stayed awake all night because I was worried about my mom. My mom's 90, and I'm her caregiver. So I, feed her and do all the things that I need to do for her. And the third night, I told the Lord, I said, Lord, there's just nothing I can do about this, so please help me to sleep. So that's what I did. I went to the Lord, and you do a lot of searching over that time. Some of the things that seemed so important weren't quite so important anymore. And but the Lord has been good. I'll just give you my report. My tumor is shrinking. I tell people the mean ones never die, so I'm not going anywhere. Don't get all excited. But this next one is it is well with my soul. And it's really good to know. Sometimes we have time to plan when we find out we have a disease, but sometimes we don't have time to plan, right? I've been spending the weekend with 3 guys who've been trying to write songs all weekend. Anyway, but we've been talking about serious things in our lives, and it's nice to share with people that in the end we go to the Lord, we find out that it's well with our soul. And Danny, thanks so much, wherever Danny is, for helping me to be able to get here this weekend. You guys are awesome. How many of you know the song It Is Well? Everybody knows it. All right, that's great.
That's perfect. Thank you. Another back a few minutes here. Thank you.
Well, don't let her stop singing.